Hello everyone, welcome to the guide for creating an invoice credit memo and returning the items that you've credited to a damaged location. So I've got an invoice open here, and for example, I want to create an invoice credit memo on this invoice right here. So what I can do is just open up the invoice credit memo module. And just as a reminder, the invoice credit memo is that's the preferred module when you already have an existing invoice in the system, because then you can create a credit memo off of the invoice that already exists in the system, because then you can actually keep a track of what's been credited on the invoice. Whereas a credit memo is basically just a credit memo from scratch that isn't attached to any invoice. So if you don't have an existing invoice in the system, then you would use the credit memo module. But if you do, then use the invoice credit memo. So basically on this page here, I'm going to pull up my invoice as per usual. Select the invoice, click on add lines here, make sure my date is correct. And so what I'm going to do is if I want to return this line right here, let's say I want to return it to a damaged location because it's a damaged unit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the return code damaged, and I can add a return note if I wanted to, say damaged unit, and then just click on add quantity. And then what I'm going to do is click on here and your damaged location should show up. And then I'm going to credit it to the damaged location and then click close and then close again. So you'll actually see here that the item has been added to the credit memo. And because it's been added with a return code of damage, it's actually going to be returned to the damaged location. And once it's been returned to the damaged location, you actually can't waive it. So it won't be part of the normal stock that you can ship by creating an invoice. So that's one thing to keep in mind, that if you return it as damaged, it can't be shipped. So let's go ahead, let's save it. Click OK, and the credit memo has been saved.